The following is a presentation of Lion's Heart Media. Any use, rebroadcast, or redistribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of Lion's Heart Media is strictly prohibited. Low snap, Cordes has it, looks to throw, has Cook, he has the record, and he has 6. See you later, touchdown South Allegheny. Shoemaker backside, Miller their header, he scores! Black cross court deflected, diving dig house, Monek for the win, got it! Looks right side, batted away. Well, Horsky with the reception and hauled down by Janko. Looks to throw, comes back across. They set up the screen to Ruffin. Ruffin room to run. There goes Ruffin running wild into his own man. See you later. 75 yards. Fall sports hits full swing starting here tonight as it's an Almond Valley non-section soccer showdown between 3A Section 3's Belle Vernon area Leopards taking on 2A Section 4 Charleroi Cougars. Here this evening from the pit, Alex Lyons with you on MVI Live for all the action here tonight as the Cougars battle the Leopards in what is the first varsity game for new head coach Tyler Caterino, as Tyler Caterino taking over the helm of this Belle Vernon program and gets a taste of a cross-classification Mon Valley rival again. Both coaches talked to them earlier today and said, expect a very intense game between these two schools that do not necessarily get along or like each other when it comes to the sport of soccer, as they'll go toe-to-toe to start their season here this evening from Charleroi High School. Belle Vernon last year, under head coach Al Yashenko in his final season, made the playoffs as they would go 8-10, 3-7. They would beat West Mifflin in double overtime, 2-1 in the prelim at the beach before losing to Moon 6-0 in the first round. It was their 10th straight playoff appearance for the Belle Vernon Leopards, who scored just 30 goals last year, gave up 55, minus 25 in the goal differential department, had 3 shutouts, averages 1.7 goals per game and 3.05 against. Bryce Burkhart was the starter. He left for graduation. Also lost Brandon and Mason Yashenko, and of course the all-time leading scorer, breaking basically every scoring record at Belle Vernon in Trevor Kovac. So Belle Vernon, new coach, new look roster. Charleroi, on the other hand, they returned the WPIAL's leading goal scorer from a season ago, Dylan Klinger. But this is a Charleroi team that had a sour taste left in their mouth after a season ago. A season that started on a 14-game win streak but ended on a 2-game losing streak. 3-2 to Mount Pleasant, and then a loss inside the playoffs to the Seton LaSalle Rebels. It was 3-2 in overtime to Mount Pleasant. Then as the number 5 seed here at home, lost to Seton 3-2 to end their season. Charleroi had 114 goals last season, just 22 against, plus 92, 6 shutouts, 7.13 goals per game, and a 1.2 goals against average for the Charleroi Cougars as both teams start their season here tonight. First meeting since 2023 when the Charleroi Cougars upended Belle Vernon 3-2 at Belle Vernon. Cougars won the last meeting here at home in 2022. It was a 2-1 victory for the Charleroi Cougars on that evening. Section play starts tomorrow on both sides. Belle Vernon takes on Uniontown on the road, while it will be here at home for versus Southmoreland for the Charleroi Cougars. As Charleroi, talking to their head coach earlier today, And, he said, got to make sure I pull up the right coaches. Right coaches info. So Coach of the Cougars, Tim Lasky, telling me before the game, as far as this game goes, looking forward to it being a competitive match. Both schools represent the sport well. It's a match that no matter what your season is like, the boys step up when they play each other. If we transition through the field like we did in our scrimmage games, you'll see a lot of good soccer from our end. Should see a lot from our front six. So Charleroi hoping to get their front six off and running. Of course, a very talented front six on this Charleroi roster. Blake Pendo, Ethan Hartley, along with Brock Henderson, Dylan Klinger, 38 goals a season ago. Luke Mazon, great on the back end. Otis McIntyre, always dangerous when you see a McIntyre on the field here at Charleroi. From Eben to Arlo, now to Otis in his sophomore campaign. On the other side of things for the Belle Vernon area Leopards, Belle Vernon again, first-year head coach, and said he's been very excited all day for today's match, not only because it's the first game of the season, but because this matchup has become a big rivalry in the Mon Valley the past couple of seasons. Charleroi has had a good program and good players, and they have had a lot of success over the better part of the last decade or so. I expect a physical and intense match that provides an exciting to watch all the way through match. I know my boys are excited and have been looking forward to this day, and I'm sure it's the same for Charleroi. It will be a good test for both teams headed into the season, and that will challenge them for a full 80 minutes here tonight. As we will step aside, take a break, come back, and we will have the starting lineups and more right here on your home for Mon Valley MVI Live. There's no better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee, and why not start with the best? Three-time Mon Valley favorite winner, His Place Coffee, Community and More, located at 103rd Street in Monessen. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have something for everyone. From our fresh brewed coffee, refreshing cold brews, house-made lattes, fraps, and so much more. If you can't decide 4 days of the week, I'll personally be there to help you craft the perfect drink for your needs. We're also serving up house-made breakfast and lunch paninis, homemade baked goods with gluten and dairy-free options available. We are so much more than just a coffee shop, offering community outreach, including Kids Craft Day and Story Time. There's always something new brewing, and we can't wait to see you at His Place Coffee, Community and More.
Douglas Education Center is right here at home, fast, focused, and hands-on. Our short-term programs take you from the classroom to a career in months, not years. With small classes, real equipment, and instructors who've done the work, you'll build the skills you need for a family-sustainable future. From day one to hired, we're in your corner. Douglas Education Center, changing lives every day. Start now at dec.edu.
For 30 years of experience, RTI Insurance Services is the clear choice in insurance providers for both individuals and businesses. At RTI, we've been upholding the highest standard of fiduciary responsibility for our clients. For your insurance needs, contact Mike Williamson at 724-263-0359. RTI Insurance Services, we've got you covered. Whether it's finding the perfect home, negotiating the best deal, or walking you through each step with care, Realtor Janelle Carpenter will show up with excellence every time, even when no one's watching. Because quality matters, and so do you. So if you're looking for the best home buying and selling experience, make sure you call Realty One Gold Standard agent Janelle Carpenter at 724-797-1675. If you're ready to buy or sell, call Janelle. here from the pot this evening on MVI Live as we get set to get underway between the Leopards and the Charleroi Cougars here this evening, as it's our first non-football broadcast of the season. Looking forward to a full slate of games this season, as we'll look at the starting lineups first for the Leps. 3A Section 3's Belle Vernon, as it's the sophomore midfielder Dom Perot. Carter Stairs, the sophomore defender. Gavin Metzger along with Landon Bell. Chris Showman, Jesse Sobzak. Joining them will be Nick Fragello along with Anthony Sawa, Logan Metzger, Jackson Presso. And in between the pipes here this evening, it is Morgan Bunch. Once again, that's Perot, Stairs, Metzger, Bell, Showman, Sobzak, along with Fragello, Sawa, Metzger, and Presso and Bunch tending the crease here today for the Belle Vernon area Leopards under first-year head coach Tyler Catarino. On the other side for the Cougars from Charleroi, after a 14-2 season from last year, they will start the season once again out of 2A Section 4, and their lineup will look like this. Leading things off in between the pipes, it's the junior Max Goodwin getting the nod here today. Joining him will be Matt Odowski, along with the sophomore Blake Pendo, senior forward Nolan Moscow, the senior midfielder Ethan Hartley, joined by last year's district leading goal scorer in senior Dylan Klinger. Adolph Noel, the junior, will get the start along with Mike Lee. Luke Mazon on the back end, the junior, along with sophomore Otis McIntyre and Steve Casimir will round out the starting lineup. Again, Goodwin in the cage with Odowski, Pendo, Moscow, Hartley, Klinger, Noel, Lee, Mazon, McIntyre, and Casimir for the Charleroi Cougars. The Cougar captains here this season for the 2025 campaign for Charleroi are Ethan Hartley, Dylan Klinger, Max Goodwin, and junior Luke Mazon. So Charleroi, Belle Vernon gets set to get this season underway here from the pot this evening on MVI Live. Looking forward to what will be a full week of games on the network. Belle Vernon Charleroi gets it all started. We'll end with EF Highlands on Friday night. Step aside for the playing the national anthem. Come back and underway right here on MVI Live.
Quick Lube. It's time for a change. For years, you've been told to keep your vehicle running in peak condition with regular scheduled maintenance. But fitting it into your schedule can be a real hassle. You need a place that offers oil and filter changes, tire repair and rotation, light bulb and wiper replacements, and more. And it's all done quickly and correctly. For additional information, browse our website, give us a call, or come see us today.
Located in Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania, Elite Physical Therapy and Wellness has been serving the community for years. From teenage athletes to elderly rehabs, your health is their mission. Serving through passion, purpose, and new technology, Emilio and his team are skilled, dedicated, and led by faith. Because they believe God works through people. Focused on true healing, not medicating pain. You don't need insurance, just the intention to value your health. Be proactive, not reactive, by calling Elite Physical Therapy and Wellness.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent. What happens here matters here. LJ Pallets and More, a veteran-owned and operated discount warehouse located 1800 Shoemaker in Monessen. Specializing in home remodeling, our products are priced at 50% or less than the retail stores. making us your one-stop remodeling jackpot. Open Tuesday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays. Stay tuned for a major announcement coming soon, and we can't wait to see you at LJ Pallets and More. Transform your home or business with Pittsburgh's go-to painting experts, Weiser Painting Company. Locally owned and operated, our team is committed to delivering top
40 minutes on the clock, half number one, getting set to get underway. First touch belongs to the green and gold of Belle Vernon. Road white's green numerals for the Belle Vernon Leps. It's the home Reds. Black stripes down the front with white numerals and black trim for the Charleroi Cougars. As first touch belongs to Belle Vernon and the 2025 campaign underway as Belle Vernon works near side. That's for Jello working it up the middle, turns it over there as Charleroi will reset near side. Casimir drops one back. As the first 15 elapses is a ball lofted up towards Klinger, headed right back along, now right side, chipped there by Jackson Pressel. One touch in the middle, lofted back near side. Bodied off the head and out of bounds of the back line, and the right outside backer of Belle Vernon for Jello. As quickly worked back in, Belle Vernon will regroup. As the Leps look to vacate their own end, ball walks out on the near side. Throw in once again for the senior Casimir on the near side. First minute elapsed here in half number one between the Leps and the Cougars. Both teams looking to start the season on the right slate before section play underway tomorrow as Presso jams it out of bounds off the back line of the Charleroi defense. As near side for Jello, works one back in, bodied back down, that was by Gavin Metzger into the middle. Perot works one left side. As Belle Vernon sets up on the far side, 40 taken back away by Charleroi, has just lofted into some open space by the Cougars on the right side before Belle Vernon looks to counter back. In the middle, McIntyre as it worked away from him, whistle first as a foul against Charleroi. Clock continues to bleed down as the Belle Vernon Leopards free kick from their own end. Left foot drive deep into Cougar real estate. Pressel looking to run down as Goodwin comes out colliding with his own man on the back line. As Goodwin will settle the play down and slow the pace down here with 38-11 remaining in the opening half. As ball hops past McIntyre in the middle, headed back along. Now angled back towards Goodwin. Goodwin off the hop will scoop. Max Goodwin, second year starting keeper for the Charleroi Cougars. From the top of the box, swings one back the other way with the high arcing punt over the head of Dylan Klinger as the leaping Klinger could not converge and out of the reach of Moscow on the far side, but last touch by Belle Vernon. Throw in for the Cougars, quickly worked into Ethan Hartley on the far side. Ball sent down to the corner and eventually watched out of bounds by the Belle Vernon back line as the Leopards will set things back up. Shielding that one off was the junior defender in Landon Bell. Morgan Bunch, first year starting sophomore keeper. Goal kick coming here, just over 37 minutes remaining in the opening half. As Bell gives it a drive out towards the midfield stripe, hops down, right foot angled back along by Luke Maison on the back line. Now right side controlled there by Moscow into space. Klinger looking to run it free. Klinger stops up, back into the middle. Moscow, McIntyre drives it up and out. As Otis McIntyre unable to connect with that one. Best opportunity of the game so far. Goal kick coming here for the Belle Vernon Leopards, but Otis McIntyre, grade A opportunity right in front and puts it up over the crossbar and out. Low liner back up the gut, now settled down by Chris Showman. Showman angles one into space, trying to run it down near side. Belle Vernon has the step, but canceled out by Maison on the back line. And it's going to be a corner for the Belle Vernon Leopards. First corner opportunity, almost near impossible for us to see from up in the press box with the sun bearing down over the mountain. As Belle Vernon going to have the first set piece opportunity of the game, and going to do the honors is going to be the sophomore Carter Stairs. So Stairs will set things up in the corner. Belle Vernon looking to get on the board early on here. Stairs has it teed up. Foot meets balls as he bends it in. Backdoor header denied by Goodwin. As Max Goodwin, a grade A stop there, robbing Belle Vernon on the back door. As unable to put that one in was Anthony Sawa. Belle Vernon, a great opportunity, just unable to cash in on their first shot of the game. Goodwin up to the task. As back the other way, Charleroi looks to send it. Unsuccessful at first. Now Klinger doubling back to help. Pop back free. Here comes Blake Pendo. Pendo puts it through. Foot race. Klinger has the step. Klinger walks in. Klinger fires. He scores! 38 a season ago and #1 tonight. As Dylan Klinger finds pay dirt for the Cougars of Charleroi. So Charleroi out in front early on. 5:02 into the opening half of play. Dylan Klinger for the Cougars. Beautiful feed up by Pendo. And just like that, Charleroi in early advantage. 1-0. Cougars on top. And led the district in scoring with 38 a season ago. Forced out far side by Mikey Lee. Headed back along. Body down right side. Belle Vernon had the best chance of the game. Robbed by Goodwin and Klinger. Just moments later. Sent in all alone. Makes no mistake. As now here comes Belle Vernon looking to counter. Cougars getting away at first and once again. That's good hustle there by Noel, forcing it out of bounds and forcing a reset. 34-10 rolling clock, 1-0. Charleroi leads thanks to Dylan Klinger. As Belle Vernon fetting it down near side, Pressel turns it over. Given right back up to Belle Vernon and for Jello. As for Jello trying to work it away from Noel. Now taken back over by Gavin Metzger. Knocked out. And possession back to Belle Vernon. Going to be thrown in near side by Logan Metzger. Metzger lofts one down the right side. Now stop back up near side. Controlled once more by Belle Vernon. As the Leps Metzger tries to work in a hornet's nest of Cougars. Knocked back out of bounds by Casimir. On the near side. Throw in coming for the green and gold of Belle Vernon. 33-25 rolling clock here in the opening half. 1-0 Charleroi leads. Ball knocked back along, headed back near side, and that's where Belle Vernon will send it back into traffic. As in the middle, Metzger collides with his own man. Trying to work back the other way, that's Moscow. As Moscow doubles back, make that Ethan Hartley as Hartley eventually lofted out of bounds by Charleroi. 33 on the clock, rolling clock here in half number 1 with a 1-0 Charleroi advantage. For Jello from the right side. Lofts one back in. Both teams start section play tomorrow. Belle Vernon returns to the road as they will be at Uniontown. Charleroi returns here at home versus Southmoreland in a battle with the red and black. Charleroi swept last year against Southmoreland. Another ball knocked out of bounds and another set-piece opportunity for Belle Vernon, who came oh so close to finding pay dirt on the first one on a beautiful kick by Carter Stairs, the sophomore. So once again, Carter Stairs will get the opportunity here for Charleroi. Found Sawa on the back door the first time. So Carter Stairs, left foot bender, backdoor header, punched free by Goodwin. As Max Goodwin gets the outstretched fist on it. Another opportunity, long drive, easy scoop. Goodwin up to the task again. One shot on goal for Charleroi, 2 attempts. As McIntyre puts it in space, Knocked back away. Klinger looking to fend free now. Adolph Noel back up, taking over the left. Push one near side. Yeah, it got to be a different type of game this year for Belle Vernon. You know, a lot of last year was put it into space and let Kovac go find one and hopefully get a goal if you're Belle Vernon. Kovac, of course, was so prolific, and then obviously Yashenko was so shifty with the ball on his feet. And a lot left of graduation for this Belle Vernon team. A lot of good talent graduate. Of course, Belle Vernon was very good those years down in 2A, moved back up to 3, and it was not as easy of a season for Belle Vernon last year. Still made the playoffs. As Pressel, one of the captains on the near side for Belle Vernon, check that, make that Logan Metzger, the senior. Right foot drive over the head of McIntyre, stopped down by Gavin Metzger. Right back to Gavin. Gavin, right foot, up and out it goes as Gavin Metzger can't connect on that one. 10 minutes elapsed here in the opening half of play. Still a 1-0 Charleroi lead. 5:02 into this opening half. The Cougars got on the score sheet. Dylan Klinger's first of the season for the Charleroi senior, who put up 38 a year ago, which led the WPIAL. As ball ricochets back into space, and now taken back over by Belle Vernon. Scooped and potted back along off the right foot of Bush. Knocked back down by Pendo. Whistle blows. Foul on Belle Vernon. As Charleroi will have a great opportunity here from the middle of the hash marks around the 20-yard line. So Charleroi going to have a grade A opportunity to take a 2-0 lead. Back it up 10 yards still. From the 30, Charleroi going to have a great chance here to get this lead up to 2. Low runner into the Belle Vernon wall. Poked back free now left side. Belle Vernon. Carter Stairs looks to vacate the zone. Casimir down the left wing. Foot race for it. Near side. Pendo hustling. Pendo keeps it alive. Pokes it through the legs of Metzger, who recovers in time to knock it back up the near side. Now taken back over. Drive blocked down. Pinballs into the hands of Bunch. As Morgan Bunch, no problem that time by. First save for Bunch. In the middle. Controlled by Hartley. Taken back over by the Leps. As Metzger lost it, McIntyre into space, turns it over. Driven back the other way on the back end by Logan Metzger, the center backer of Belle Vernon. Knocked back down into space. Belle Vernon an opportunity. Chance in all alone. As reset, drive up and wide. A little hesitation on the opportunity by Showman. And that will prevent Belle Vernon from tying the game. Maybe Showman had that ball kind of just slowed down on him enough that he had to regroup with possession before sending that one back in on the cage. He had to step on the defense for a moment, but Showman unable to do anything with that as the goal kick here for the Cougars. First of the contest, flipped back and ricocheted along towards Belle Vernon real estate as Klinger on the right side. Klinger tries to power past the back line of Belle Vernon. Stops up inside, looking for reinforcements. Comes back door near side. As too far and too hot to handle for Noel with 27:52 remaining in a rolling first half clock. One goal, 5:02 in. Belle Vernon ball on the near side. Charleroi leads thanks to Dylan Klinger. Lofted down the right wing sideline. Showman settles. Whistle first as Sobzak got tangled up with one of the Charleroi players. Quickly moved along off the foot of Landon Bell. Didn't get that one cleanly as here comes Belle Vernon. Sawa drops one back off far side. One touched along by Dom Perot into space into the middle. But Casimir again with the cancel out on the back end. Headed back along. Now trying to get there near side unsuccessfully for Belle Vernon. It's Anthony Sawa who continue make that pressel, who continues to pressure on the near side. Now Showman sticks inside, works one down low. Back towards Showman. Ball ricochets out of bounds over the end line. Last touched by the Cougars. Third corner of the half for Belle Vernon, nearing the halfway point of half number one. Showman will do the honors this time by Leps 0 for 2 on set piece opportunities. Showman puts one, top of the box. Ricochets all the way, far side. Belle Vernon now resets. Leps looking for their first tally of the season. Shot blocked down and blocked away. Off the body of Moscow on the far side. Another ricocheted ball out towards the sideline, kept alive by the Leps. Charleroi tries once again to vacate their own end, unsuccessfully as Belle Vernon holds at the 40. And eventually ball finally ricochets out of bounds, 25-47. Belle Vernon ball, first half action. Otis McIntyre into space and out of bounds on the far side. And once again, Charleroi now will look to increase the advantage as the Cougars try to work it far side. That was Odoski as Odoski turns it over. Now here comes the Leps in transition into space. Mazon heads back for it on the back line. Mazon just out of bounds, and a throw in coming here for Belle Vernon as the Leps looking for that first tally. It's Gavin Metzger. Can't get the handle. McIntyre to Noel. Pressure from behind by Showman. Ball sent through. Foot race for it near side. First man to it, that's Metzger. Logan Metzger on the back end as the senior defender Metzger. Quickly up to Gavin. Gavin Metzger lost it though. As taken right back over by Gavin. Has Showman with him on the near side, but Metzger takes it himself. Metzger up ahead, out of the reach of his intended target of Sobzak, and out of bounds on the near side as Jesse Sobzak had that one just ricochet away from him. 24.5 on the clock. Throw in coming, middle of the field, settled down there by Dom Perot. As Perot into space and into the grasp of Max Goodwin, who's had a solid start to his day here this evening. Six clean sheets a season ago for this Charleroi Cougar roster. Showman, left side, and Belle Vernon feeling out process again. First game of the season, both sides. Coach Lasky very excited about what he saw in the scrimmage, and this Charleroi offense has the lone strike. Now Klinger looking to get his feet going in the right direction. Out of the reach of Noel, but Klinger continues to pressure Gavin Metzger. As Logan knocks it out of bounds off of Klinger. Goal kick coming, 23-30. Remaining here in the opening half of play. Cougars lead at 1-0 here this evening on MVI Live. Sarah Catholic St. Joe's volleyball tomorrow, then Belle Vernon and South Allegheny volleyball on Thursday. Friday Night Lights, EF and Highlands here on the network. Looking forward to our full slate of games here this week. Casimir heads it, head to foot and far side, going over Mike Lee as Mike Lee bodied off the ball, kept in bounds by Belle Vernon. 22:45 rolling clock, ball sent back to Klinger. Now settled down and headed back along by the Leps. Gavin Metzger overtaken in the middle, tries to work it back free and work it away from Delashard unsuccessfully. As Delashard able to get it back in deep, turning drive back the other direction, that time by Forgello. Pendo. As Pendo back across, taken away by Dom Perot. Perot out of the reach of Showman. Now doubling back Belle Vernon. Sawa make it Pressel. As back up the near side, Showman turns it over. Left wing taken back away. Pressel in command. Pressel. Showman right up the far side. That's where Lee waits to take over for the Cougars. As Charleroi looks to counter back the other direction. Near side, settled down, worked forward. Here comes Delashard, knocked away. Near side, there's Hartley as Ethan Hartley headed back away by Metzger. Now Pendo back into the top of the box. Klinger knocked right side, chasing over Logan Barkus. Bodied back down. Of course, Landon, part of the team last year, one of the Cougars that graduated. As up into space, bodied back along towards the Cougar logo at center field. Klinger. Into space, McIntyre pressures as knocked out of bounds. 21 even, rolling clock here. 1-0 Charleroi out in front. Dylan Klinger, 5:02 into this opening frame. Got the Cougars on the board out in front and has stood since. As Morgan Bunch settles things down. Bunch surveys his options as Bunch. In no hurry again, Belle Vernon. They'll be looking for their 11th straight postseason appearance. Charleroi on the other side. The Cougars, 2 years removed from a district and state championship appearance where they played bridesmaid in both, losing the district title in 2023 and the state title. The lone 2 losses of that season for Charleroi. Lost to Bentworth 3-2 in overtime. They would beat Bentworth in the PIAA semis 2-1 before losing to Delaware County 1-0. Made back-to-back district titles. Unable to come away with either of them were the Charleroi Cougars. Belle Vernon, they haven't sniffed the semifinal since 2012 when they lost to Mars 2-1. They would win the third place game that year though, 1-0 over South Fayette. That was the last time they made the PIAA postseason tournament. Also the last time they had a PIAA win, as they were victorious over Obama Academy that year, as Charleroi will maintain possession on the far side with a 1-0 advantage. Of course, program here at Charleroi that's turned out a lot of next-level talent. Arlo McIntyre, Bryce Large, Evan McIntyre, who's now at Memphis. Brandon Pringle, Colin Watovich all played at the next level. Of course, Trevor Kovac, Brandon Yashenko, both next-level guys off of Belle Vernon in recent years. .1845, free kick for Charleroi from the midfield stripe on the right side. Mays on foot meets ball. Sent down by Klinger, cleared back out by Belle Vernon. Now Hartley back up towards the middle. Whistle blows, and Belle Vernon will take over with 18:24 rolling clock here in the opening half. Again, stay tuned. Conclusion of this game for our Weiser Painting Company Player of the Game on MVI Live. A big shout out to Ethan Weiser and Weiser Painting Company for sponsoring our Player of the Game segment every game here this season on MVI Live. As Casimir misplays backdoor, but Goodwin bails him out. Max Goodwin denying another opportunity for Belle Vernon, as Casimir owes his keeper a dinner after that one, as Pressel was looking at it one-on-one with the goalie all alone, but Goodwin bails out the back line, which has been very good here tonight so far for Charleroi. First real miscue we've seen by the Cougar back line in this contest. Throw in near side, that's Ethan Hartley, the senior. In no hurry. Clock down inside of 18 minutes remaining here in the opening half of play. Showman, ball sent through right up the gut. Mazon knocked down on the far side, but Mazon recovers. Back up Pendo, around one. That was Gavin Metzger. In transition, Pendo up ahead, blocked down, but right to the near side. As Delachard knocked away and knocked out of bounds onto the track here at Charleroi.
Don't forget to put your nominations in for tonight's Fan of the Game.
Hartley. Knocked down in the middle on the right side. Showman. Chris Showman near side. Here comes Jackson Pressel. Pressel working down the right side. Pressel has room to work. Pressel sends one back into the middle. Now whistle blows as Pressel was trying to send one through to the back door. And Charleroi will take over. 16:06 remaining here in the first. 1-0 Cougars on top. Dylan Klinger has the Cougars out in front. As up ahead, one touch along Showman, knocked away by the back line. That's Matt Odowski. As Odowski eventually led to a ball ricocheting out to Otis McIntyre. Otis back the other way. McIntyre has a step. McIntyre curls around one more. Feeds one across. Backdoor shot goes wide. As Pendo had the chance but could not put it away. A beautiful feed by Otis McIntyre, but Pendo just unable to pay it off, and it stays 1-0 Charleroi here in the first. So off the foul by the Belle Vernon Leopards. Free kick for Charleroi. Full game recap tomorrow's Mon Valley Independent. Jeremy Salou here getting the article for you tomorrow. And Mike Darnay down on the field capturing all the sights as a little lofter back in. Denied by Belle Vernon's back line. Pendo another opportunity but headed away from him. That's by Logan Metzger. Now near side, Pendo. Pendo knocked down on the near side, out of bounds. The ball wanders. As Nick Frigello forces that one away on the near side. Throw in coming once again. Substitution first as Belle Vernon will make a change on the far side. Gavin Metzger out. Dom Congelio will come in. So the junior defender, Congelio, joins the party for Belle Vernon here in this one. All Mon Valley Showdown will have two of those this week. South Allegheny and Belle Vernon volleyball. Of course, South Allegheny head coach, a former Belle Vernon graduate. So a little bit of a homecoming for Jack Kelly as he'll return to Belle Vernon. First corner of the game for Charleroi. 5 shot attempts, just 2 on goal. 4 shot attempts for the Leps, 2 on goal. First set piece for the Cougars. Hartley will do the honors. Belle Vernon 0 for 3 on set pieces today. Backdoor, up, over, and eventually settled back down and knocked out of bounds by Delachard. So Radel Delachard knocks it out. Belle Vernon takes over. Just over 12 and a half remaining here in the opening half of play. Headed back along, now knocked down in the middle. There's Maison. Luke Maison works things back the other way to Goodwin. The keeper drives it up the gut, bodied back along. As trying to settle things down as Metzger sends it right back up the seam. Sliding strike back into Charleroi real estate, and an injured Leopard in the process, as I think maybe a turf burn knee off the sliding Belle Vernon Leopard, as that is Landon Bell, the junior, make his way back to his feet. Just our second stoppage of the clock in this opening half. First one came on the Charleroi tally, 5:02 into this opening half of play. Was Dylan Klinger's first of the season. Again, that was just moments after Goodwin denied Sawa on the back door, keeping it a 1-0 game as a block shot there out of bounds. as Otis McIntyre knocks it away onto the near side. Jackson Pressel gets set to fire it in, fires it down the right side as Belle Vernon looking to work back inside. Sobczak canceled out Casimir, now kept alive at the line. Ball pops free up the near side, angled straight back up and in by Fragello. Now body back down, turning shot and a diving stop by Goodwin, denying the man in the middle as Showman has nothing to show for that attempt. Third save of the game for Max Goodwin. Near side Metzger over the outstretched legs of Pressel. Now Casimir taken away from him. Down the near side, foot race and knocked away from Sobczak, trying to work inside. Belle Vernon maintains. Sun should no longer be an issue by the end of this opening half of play, as in Goodwin scoops. And Max Goodwin resets and settles things down. 10:47 rolling clock here on MVI Live, opening half action of the first soccer game of the season between these two combatants. First game both sides, as they will start section play tomorrow. Charleroi last year had a 20-plus section game win streak come to an end against Mount Pleasant, as a foul on the far side against Charleroi, and Belle Vernon an opportunity maybe in the final 10 minutes to capitalize and get back on, or get on the score sheet for the first time this season. Coach Caterino hoping for his first win in his first game, but his team's going to have to come from behind to do so. Still plenty of time, as that one bodied back away by the hands of Goodwin. Adolph Noel, left foot through ball, blocked down at the back line by Metzger, but right back to McIntyre, taken away by Congello, and the whistle blows with 9.5, and a foul on the left gives possession back to the Cougars. Free kick Charleroi. Hartley will give way, and once more now Lee will give way, or one of the other defenders, not Lee. It's going to be eventually Mazon to Hartley. Plenty of room. Hartley ricocheted off the outstretched foot of a Belle Vernon defender. That was Landon Bell getting a foot in the way, but a corner is earned by the Cougars. Hartley will do the honors. Under 10 minutes remaining in the opening half of play. Hartley has it cleared away by Metzger, as Logan Metzger able to work it to the far sideline. Now Belle Vernon looking to counter down the left side. Collision there, ball out of bounds, last touch by Belle Vernon. Throw in coming from Charleroi on the far side. As Mazon was able to knock it away. Throw in by Lee, quickly gets it into Luke Mazon as Mazon. Everything resets once again, so Lee gets the okay. Lee this time fires one towards McIntyre. Knocked away from McIntyre. Pendo back to space. Foot race for it. Won by Belle Vernon's back line and cleared away by the outside Belle Vernon defender in Carter Stairs. Pendo knocked down, immediately whistle blows. Another foul against Belle Vernon. 7:37. Opening half action, 1-0, Charleroi on top. Cougars can make it 2 here. Hartley will survey his options as Hartley continuing to look. Now McIntyre will take it inside. Pendo redirects it just wide. Goal kick for the left, 7:03 rolling clock. Wrestle knocked away. Far side there, Stairs knocked away by Moscow, looking to turn it upfield. And knocked out of bounds once again, back the other way. Charleroi maintains as the Cougars here with just over 6 minutes remaining look to increase their advantage up to 2 before the break. As McIntyre can't get there, now Belle Vernon back the other way. Pressel curling middle, sends one through, but right to Maison. Angled back the other direction. Lee will double back for it. Lee pressured far side by Sawa, out of bounds. Sawa will throw it in quickly. There's Showman. Showman cuts inside, has Pressel, drives it wide instead. Another opportunity with nothing to show for it for Belle Vernon. 5:44 remaining. Headed along, body down, Showman. Now Pressel back towards Showman. Bodied away off the leg of the back line in Casimir. On the far side, there's Stairs. Stairs drops it back. Bunch hustling out, just chips one back over left side. Stairs maintains possession down the far sideline as Charleroi Belle Vernon maintaining possession here, looking to get on the score sheet for the first time this season. An opportunity, left side, Sawa, inside, Pressel. 3 on Friday, nothing tonight. Sends it through the uprights. Another good look for Belle Vernon, but again, the Leps just unable to get it going in the right direction so far offensively. Foul on the Cougars. Belle Vernon ball. 4 minutes, half one remaining. 1-0 Charleroi leads. Dylan Klinger's first of the season after a 38-goal campaign his junior year. Popped up in, and Goodwin lunges out to deny another Leopard shot from long range. Easy pickings there for the junior keeper, Max Goodwin. Left foot drive back into space over the head of McIntyre. Knocked along by Congilio. Has now cleared away by Metzger. Whistle first as McIntyre got knocked down to the turf. Section play starts tomorrow. Southmoreland here at home for Charleroi at Uniontown for Belle Vernon. 2A Section 4, Mount Pleasant, Brownsville, Charleroi, Southmoreland, Waynesburg, Yock, Derry, and Greensburg, Salem. As that one headed away. Mount Pleasant 2-0, Brownsville 1-1. Those teams already got their season started as McIntyre denied. Right into the breadbasket, a bunch. Greensburg Salem has also started their season before today. They are 0-2. Franklin Regional in Belle Vernon section, they're 1-0 to start the year along with Penn Trafford. West Mifflin, the only other team in that section to play a game, another Mon Valley school, and the Titans of West Mifflin, as the West Mifflin Titans tied their first game of the season. And Latrobe actually also played. They are 0-1. Then the Leps and Uniontown were the lone teams in the section not to play yet this season. Belle Vernon 2 games in 2 days. Other ball out of bounds. 1:48. Rolling clock first half. Charleroi looking to maintain that lead, maybe increase it before the break comes as McIntyre backdoor finally settled on the near side. At first it looked like it would be, but was unable to really get a good foot on that one was Dylan Klinger, who does have our lone tally. See how aggressive Belle Vernon is here with sending this one down the other direction, or do they try to kill the clock and keep it just a 1-0 deficit with just over a minute to play? Not in a big rush. Belle Vernon let about 10 seconds off the clock, if not more there, before sending it away. Sobczak, far side, out of the reach of Anthony Sawa. So with 1 minute remaining, Charleroi, one last push. And Charleroi forces the turnover near side 37. It's McIntyre. Otis McIntyre knocked out of bounds near side, down to 30. McIntyre hurries it along. Down the left side, Noel. Noel curling, pressured tightly. Again, Belle Vernon knocks it away with 20 remaining. Maybe one last heave. Noel looking down to 14. As Noel gets it back. As Noel trying to curl in. Belle Vernon will cancel out. And it will be a 1-0 game after one half of play. Charleroi and Belle Vernon deadlocked at the break right here on MVI Live. We'll take a break, come back, recap half number one, get you ready for half number two right here on your home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live.
Quick Lube. It's time for a change. For years, you've been told to keep your vehicle running in peak condition with regular scheduled maintenance. But fitting it into your schedule can be a real hassle. You need a place that offers oil and filter changes, tire repair and rotation, light bulb and wiper replacements, and more. And it's all done quickly and correctly. For additional information, browse our website, give us a call, or come see us today.
Located in Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania, Elite Physical Therapy and Wellness has been serving the community for years. From teenage athletes to elderly rehabs, your health is their mission. Serving through passion, purpose, and new technology, Emilio and his team are skilled, dedicated, and led by faith because they believe God works through people. Focused on true healing, not medicating pain. You don't need insurance, just the intention to value your health. Be proactive, not reactive, by calling Elite Physical Therapy and Wellness.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent. What happens here matters here. LJ Pallets and More, a veteran-owned and operated discount warehouse located 1800 Shoemaker in Monessen. Specializing in home remodeling, our products are priced at 50% or less than the retail stores, making us your one-stop remodeling jackpot. Open Tuesday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays. Stay tuned for a major announcement coming soon, and we can't wait to see you at LJ Pallets and More. Transform your home or business with Pittsburgh's go-to painting experts, Weiser Painting Company. Locally owned and operated, our team is committed to delivering top-tier craftsmanship with integrity, reliability, and professionalism. From the first consultation to the final brushstroke, we ensure a seamless, stress-free experience. Whether you're refreshing your home's interior or protecting your commercial property, you can count on us. Call today for your free quote at 412-559-8515. Weiser Painting Company, lasting quality and superior service. It's time to customize your ride with TC Customized in Jefferson Hills. Wheels, rims, and tires, along with lift kit and lowering kits, full service auto detailing, along with custom audio systems.
remote starts, alarms, custom lighting, tints, and so much more. Whatever your need is, you can completely customize your ride today at TC Customize. Call today at 412-384-5300. Halfway home, 1-0 Cougars lead. Scoring recap, not much to have. Just 5:02 into this game, we got one, and we still have one. As the scoreboard reads, a 1-0 Charleroi advantage, as finding pay dirt for the Charleroi Cougars was last year's district's leading scorer. Dylan Klinger on a gorgeous feed from Pendo went in all along. He made no mistake on that one, and that got an early 1-0 lead for the Charleroi Cougars, and that lead has stood the test so far. Shot attempts for Belle Vernon 9 with 5 shots on goal, 3 corner opportunities, and some big saves for Max Goodwin. On the other side, Charleroi 7 shots, just 3 on goal, and 2 corner attempts. But one has got past the keeper bunch, and that is what matters here in this one. It is a 1-0 lead for the Cougars as we have hit the half here on MVI Live. Both teams looking to go to 1-0. Charleroi holds the advantage through the first 40, but Belle Vernon will look to come back here in this closely contested affair between Mon Valley foes, as Charleroi looks to put a bow on another 1-goal victory against Belle Vernon. Leps look to change that in half number 2 right here on MVI Live. There's no better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee, and why not start with the best? 3-time Mon Valley favorite winner, His Place Coffee, Community and More, located at 103rd Street in Monessen. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have something for everyone. From our fresh brewed coffee, refreshing cold brews, house-made lattes, fraps, and so much more. If you can't decide 4 days of the week, I'll personally be there to help you craft the perfect drink for your needs. We're also serving up house-made breakfast and lunch paninis, homemade baked goods with gluten and dairy-free options available. We are so much more than just a coffee shop, offering community outreach, including Kids Craft Day and Story Time. There's always something new brewing, and we can't wait to see you at His Place Coffee, Community and More.
Douglas Education Center is right here at home, fast, focused, and hands-on. Our short-term programs take you from the classroom to a career in months, not years. With small classes, real equipment, and instructors who've done the work, you'll build the skills you need for a family-sustainable future. From day one to hired, we're in your corner. Douglas Education Center, changing lives every day. Start now at dec.edu.
For 30 years of experience, RTI Insurance Services is the clear choice in insurance providers for both individuals and businesses. At RTI, we've been upholding the highest standard of fiduciary responsibility for our clients. For your insurance needs, contact Mike Williamson at 724-263-0359. RTI Insurance Services, we've got you covered. Whether it's finding the perfect home, negotiating the best deal, or walking you through each step with care, Realtor Janelle Carpenter will show up with excellence every time, even when no one's watching, because quality matters and so do you. So if you're looking for the best home buying and selling experience, make sure you call Realty One Gold Standard agent Janelle Carpenter at 724-797-1675. If you're ready to buy or sell, call Janelle. halftime here on MVI Live. Football finally. $40 down, 40 to go here tonight on MVI Live. Alex Lyons again with you for the ride, and it's been a fun one thus far. Dylan Klinger, 5:02 into the first. That's it. That's all she wrote. The question is, what will this second half have in store? Again, we had an absolutely brilliant save already in this ball game by Goodwin, and just moments later, it was Dylan Klinger saying thank you very much on a perfect feed from Pendo. And that got these Charleroi Cougars up by 1, and they will get first touch here in half number 2 on MVI Live. Again, Alex Lyons with you for every game all season as we are getting set and underway now here in the second half. 40 down, 40 to go as half 2 is upon us on the network. Charleroi, Belle, Vernon. First half, it was a dandy. What's the second half have in store? As can the Leps figure out the Cougars here tonight? Hartley deflected back near side. Now back the other way. Belle Vernon unable to counter. McIntyre tries to spiral his way through. Whistle blows. And back the other direction we shall go. As back here, knocked down. Sawa canceled out. It's Maison doing the honors. As Maison with the denial. Throw in for Charleroi, far side, now headed back down, knocked back along. Up, over, and out. Bunch back the other way, just underway, not too much time gone here in half number 2. Charleroi has dictated the pace thus far here in the second frame, and they lead it 1-0 as Nolan Moscow will survey over his options as Moscow. A little light toss gets it right back, cleared back along by Chris Showman. As now near side throw in again for the Cougars. Moscow gives way. Ethan Hartley does the honors. High throw in, headed back down. Moscow ricocheted away from him, taken back over. As slid through by Sobzak. Here comes Belle Vernon back the other way, but great back checking effort and getting spun around there by Moscow as Mike Lee knocked his man down as the whistle blows, and it looks like Belle Vernon will get the free kick on the near side. Chris Showman will set things up near side. Goodwin not so calmly directing traffic from the goal cage. Showman, back door, headed up and out past the far side post. 10th attempt for Belle Vernon. Just 5 have made their way on to Goodwin. He's 5 for 5 tonight. 3 shots on goal. 1 has tickled the twine against Bunch. Mazon drives it towards the far side. That's where Belle Vernon looks to counter back. In the way was Casimir. As Casimir once again in the way for Charleroi. He's been good on the back line. 1 miscue, but his keeper had the answer on that one. Thrown back in deep. Headed back down. Mish. Now Showman knocked away. Goodwin keeps it out. As poked back out on the near side, but Goodwin getting aggressive. Lunging out, punching it free and keeping it a 1-0 game. Thrown top of the box, body down, deflected, still loose, cleared back out. Now Noel back the other way, sends one into space. It's Pendo. Pendo stops on a dime, reverses direction, upfield. Pendo puts it back through. Klinger settles. Klinger adjusts, resets, and knocked back down to the deck. As Belle Vernon gets a little thicker defensively, clogging up the middle of the field, and cleared back along by the Leps back line. An absolutely beautiful night if it's mid-October, but unseasonably cold fall or summer evening here in August. Nearing the end of August, feels like mid-fall already. Sure the players aren't complaining down there as Klinger works into the middle. McIntyre, he scores! Otis McIntyre. Charleroi adds another. This one by McIntyre. Klinger on the helper, and the Cougars up by 2. $5:44. Basically mirroring half number 1. First shot on goal comes just after 5 minutes elapsed in the half for Charleroi, and it finds the back of the net. Only difference is all of 42 seconds, and it's 17 in red, scoring from 10 instead of 10 from 4. But nonetheless, results the same. It's a 2-0 advantage for the Charleroi Cougars over the Belle Vernon area Leopards. Now here's Pendo. Knocked off the ball once, a foul. None will come as Pendo is up in arms. Now there's Metzger. Logan drives it far side. Foot race. Can the Leps get there? Pressel unable to keep possession. Now sent back out. There's Gavin Metzger. Mishit there where Moscow will take over. Pressel off the turnover. Pressel cuts it back inside right hash mark. Pressel into space, slides in. Goodwin falls down on the ball and once again slows the pace down as it's a 2-0 Charleroi advantage here in this one, 32-47. Off of Lee, now Moscow, make that Hartley, turns it over. Sawa, near side, controlled by Showman. Showman trying to find a way, pop straight back up in the air. Now McIntyre. Right side, Sawa on the ground, cleared back out by Maison. Headed back by Metzger. Now here's Klinger into space. Pendo looks to run it down out of his reach. 31:50 remaining here, half number 2, 2-0 Charleroi leads. Free kick for the Leps, 31-25, 2-0 lead here. It was Klinger, then it was McIntyre. Can Belle Vernon break the goose egg 6 times last year? Charleroi was able to paint a clean sheet. And Goodwin trying to do that once again. Now near side, left foot drive into the middle. Ball pops back free. As back up top, Metzger low runner. Now McIntyre clears it away far side. .30-45 rolling clock here in the first. Past Maison and off of Maison, I believe, and out. So that's going to give Belle Vernon their first corner of the half, 4th of the game for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Who takes this one? We've seen both Stairs and Showman through the first 3. This will be Stairs. So Carter Stairs, the sophomore, looking to break this egg off the board for Belle Vernon. Now near side, picked back up there. Trying to work in Showman. Showman, backdoor header, he scores! On the far side and onto the board. Jackson Pressel cuts the lead to 1. As Belle Vernon, their first goal of the season. So Jackson Pressel puts the Leps on the board, cracks the egg, and gives the Leopards life here in the second half. 2-1 Charleroi leads, but Belle Vernon no shutout tonight. McIntyre the go-ahead tally now as trying to curl back in. There's McIntyre. McIntyre knocked off the ball, back the other way. Belle Vernon sends it into space as trying to run it down to the left. Goodwin will come out down to Anita Scoop. 2-1 Charleroi leads. 29-15 rolling clock. (29:02). Charleroi from 2-0 to 2-1. Jackson Pressel. Out of bounds, far side. Once again, throw in for the Leps on the far side. It's going to be the likes of the junior Landon Bell. Bell, high arcer into the box, headed back down off the iron. As Belle Vernon, oh so close to tying. It was Showman, but iron unkind to the Leopards. And it stays 2-1. Those cross-crease passes have created a ton of good looks for Belle Vernon. And another one, oh so close for the Leopards. As Adowski drops one far side. Matt Odowski up to Casimir. Back in the middle. Belle Vernon looks to transition the other way. Adowski into space. Pendo looking to run it down, but Bunch with pressure coming. Able to scoop it up and back the other way. Surveying will be Bunch. Bunch. Right foot boot into the night sky here at the pot. As worked right side, that's Gavin Metzger off the foot of his intended target and Pressel and out. Moscow, he'll get a breather. Back in will be Logan Barkis, the freshman. Far side throw in. Charleroi will do the honors. Cougars lead by 1 on Otis McIntyre's first of the season. From Klinger. Body down in the middle. Belle Vernon looking to send things back the other way. And the Leps will do just that. Down the right side. There's Presso into space. Foot race for it. Maison has it. Canceled out right side. As Maison getting a little physical there. Yeah, and said that was probably going to be the case of this game, especially with it being a one-goal affair. Expect the physicality to pick up. Gavin Metzger drops it back off. Left foot drive. Goodwin the save. And shaken up after that shot for Belle Vernon and feeling the effects of that one. That was the likes of Landon Bell. Second time we've seen Landon Bell with something kind of ailing him on that lower half. Barkis knocks it out. Belle Vernon throws it in. That's Stairs to Metzger. Pop back up by Adolph Noel as Metzger settles. Metzger knifing down the left side. Metzger spirals. Drop back off near side. Now there goes Metzger. Canceled out by Landon Barkis. Or make that Logan Barkis, excuse me. He has Noel up into space. Pendo looks to run it down. But the Belle Vernon back line there as taken away by Fergello. Pendo fires it wide. 2-1. Charleroi out in front, but the Leopards, the most recent tally off the body of Jackson Pressel back behind Goodwin. As whistle on the far side, Belle Vernon was trying to get upfield. In the way was McIntyre of Charleroi. As now Gavin Metzger. Metzger in the middle. Metzger right side trying to cut back through. That was Pressel as he's canceled out there by Klinger. Klinger near side pass. Barkas. Klinger looking to get upfield as well. Ball put through into space. Pendo hustling down. Canceled out and knocked away by the back line. And Logan Metzger able to say no. Canceling out that opportunity. Bunch right hand back up the far sideline. McIntyre left side, stop up, trying to curl in, knocked off the ball was Klinger. Back off of Lee. Now Maison will hustle back for it as Maison surveying over his options. Maison cuts up the right side, drills it up past Hartley, pop back along and out of bounds on the near side. Charleroi takes over. Just over 23 minutes remaining here in half number 2 with a 2-1 Charleroi lead. 5:02 into the first. It was Dylan Klinger's first of the season. McIntyre 5:44 into the second. Made it 2-0. Now McIntyre once more, but he puts it up and over, top and wide. After McIntyre's tally, it was Pressel onto the board for Belle Vernon. Belle heads out. Back into the game will be Dom Perot for the Leps. Also re-entering for Belle Vernon on the far side is going to be Tyler Perazzi. Whistle here, halfway home. Charleroi free kick going to be the likes of Hartley. Free kick in, deflected around, knocked back down near side, and Belle Vernon able to get the clear. Lee will send order in motion down the near side. Pump back along. Noel, bodied, knife down, knocked down, handball against the Leps. Free kick, Hartley. Hartley, top of the box, knocked down by Belle Vernon. Long drive, Lee, or make it Goodwin. A diving stop. What an opportunity. But Max Goodwin, once again, the answer. Stairs will do the honors. Backdoor header, Goodwin again. Denying Logan Metzger. Klinger from Pendo, McIntyre from Klinger, Pressel from Showman. But the star of the show so far tonight is the man between the pipes in pink and Max Goodwin. 9 of 10 unofficially in saves for Goodwin. Right side knocked down, now taken back over. Deflected free, Pendo now near side. Picked back up there by Belle Vernon. Showman, Metzger, give and go. Here comes Showman down the near side. Into the seam, headed back along. As that was by Mazon. McIntyre in the middle. Back into space. Klinger has the step. Here comes Klinger. Klinger a drive. Bunch the save. Rebound. Pendo. He scores! Pendo finds Patert. And the Cougars back up by 2. Cleaning up the garbage in front, Blake Pendo, the sophomore, has himself a payday. 20-12 into the second half. Third point of the night for Dylan Klinger.
Charleroi goal at the 62nd minute, scored by number 4, Blake Pendo. Assisted on the play by number 10, Dylan Klinger. Pendo from Klinger at the 62nd minute.
So payday for Pendo, and it's a 2-goal Cougar lead. Second point for Pendo. Mentioned Klinger, a 3-point affair here today. As Bunch goal kick here for Belle Vernon. They trail by 2 for the second time this half. It was Presso who was able to get them on the board. Now Belle Vernon, grade A opportunity. Right side drive goes wide.
Charleroi Golf takes on Uniontown tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The girls volleyball team is home against Uniontown. The boys soccer team is back in action tomorrow night at home against Southmoreland. On Wednesday, the girls volleyball takes on Beck Center at home starting at 7 o'clock. The girls soccer is also home against Ringgold. On Wednesday.
Goal kick, Mazon will do the honors. Mazon knocked down. There's Adolski. Knocked back free. Room to work. Sobzak. Sobzak drops it off. Doubling back, there's Perot. Leaves it in space, right side. Leps need a tally, they need it now. Right side, back to the middle, looking towards Showman. Now curled back in. Up top, trying to work things free. It's Showman knocked off the ball. No foul will come. As good defensive effort there by Noel. Ball still stays in as Noel slams down his man from behind. That was Anthony Sawa. Free kick, Belle Vernon after a brief stoppage of play. Showman, backside header. That one skitters over the goal line and out. Klinger from Pendo, 5:02 into the first. McIntyre from Klinger, 5:44 into the second. Pressel from Showman, 9:51 into the second, then Pendo from Klinger at 2012. Another corner for the Leps. Goodwin knocks it away as Max Goodwin having himself a day. Up top, long drive off the upright.
50 tickets. The winning number is 1632895. That's 1632895. You can pick it up at the award-winning concession stand.
Knocked out far side, officially 7 saves being credited to the keeper Goodwin in this one. Klinger back the other way into space to McIntyre. Now Noel room to run. Canceled out, and Belle Vernon will get possession here. Final 15. Leps need a goal soon. Gotta find a way to put one past Goodwin. Jam back up top, settled by McIntyre. Down the right side. Ball goes wide again. As Klinger forces it out, 13-25. Half two, 2-goal advantage. This is where you see if you're Charleroi, everything's going to just take an extra second. Getting the throw-ins in, you take a little extra time. You play some gamesmanship here if you're the Cougars. With a 2-goal advantage, you want to start the season 1-0. Taking down a 3A school would be a great way to start the campaign for Charleroi. But again, you know, it's not how you start, how you finish, and playing these bigger schools and these rivalry games, definitely a good way to fill out your non-section slate. As that one ricocheted towards Mike Lee. Lee sends it right up the gut. Settled down, here comes Belle Vernon. In transition on the charge. As that was Metzger. Now right side, Perot pops one in. Goodwin the long range save. Goodwin, left foot drive, 8 saves tonight for Max. Metzger back into space. Pressel tries to pop one back door, deflected. Pressel now knocked out, gonna stay with Belle Vernon. Again, stay tuned. Conclusion of this one. Your Wiser Painting Company player of the game, brought to you by our good friends at Wiser Painting Company. Call Ethan and his team for all your painting needs, commercial, residential, he got you covered. And he has our player of the game covered all season long as that header up through the yellow goalpost and out the other end. Maison will do the honors. And that's that gamesmanship. Just a little extra look back for Maison before driving it. An extra 3 seconds here, an extra 2 here. They eventually add up. And that's what you see in these latter stages. You know, come playoff time, obviously the officials try to prevent that as much as possible. But in these regular season games, it's kind of allowed just a little more leeway with that. Belle Vernon wants to hurry things along as quickly as they can to get as many cracks at the cage as that one goes wide. Ten and a half remaining. Goodwin will set it up for Mazon, who was taking a drink of Goodwin's water before sending the ball down the middle. That's where Belle Vernon gets in the way. Ball knocked out near side, and which way will it go? Belongs to the green and gold, the Leps of Belle Vernon. And also, again, with our normal slate of games coming up the rest of the week. And mention those, Sarah Catholic St. Joe's volleyball. Then, of course, Belle Vernon SA volleyball, EF Highlands football. Make sure on Friday night you tune into our B Graphics halftime show with quarterback of the Warriors, Ryan Messina. Looking forward to sitting down with Ryan. I believe on Thursday, me and Ryan are going to get together, have a conversation, talk about his last go-around. Again, that's sponsored by B Graphics all season long. And whichever you need apparel, anything along those lines, make sure you go to Davis and B Graphics. Again, providing me with all my apparel for last season and this season. Appreciate everything he does and B Graphics does for us here on the network. 9:04 remaining. Opening half of play. As now knocked back right side. Right foot into the middle, driven along, blocked back up, now near side, curling. Showman. Tries to cut inside, Showman dancing. Showman knocked back outside by a sliding Odoski, but you take it if you're Belle Vernon. Working another corner, that's Belle Vernon's 7th corner of the game, 4th this half. One has single-handedly led to a goal as it was off a corner. Eventually, Showman found the ball and sent it across to Pressel, who headed it in on the backside. Pop back middle, headed far side and out. Under 10 to play. We've reached 8 minutes remaining. Charleroi well in command, in the driver's seat, and on the precipice of a 1-0 start on the season. Leps need 2 in the final 8. They have 1 in the first 72. Otis looking to run it down. McIntyre pressuring. 3-point night for Dylan Klinger. 2 points for Pendo as well here today. Goodwin has stopped 8 of 9 for the Charleroi Cougars as the Cougars throw that one in. McIntyre turning. McIntyre shot blocked down and out of bounds. As corner coming for the Cougars. First corner of the half for Charleroi will be their 3rd of the game. Hartley, once again, hoping the 3rd time is the charm. But what this does, no matter what, if you're Charleroi, more time continues to just tick, 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 and tick away here in what they're hoping is win number 1 as McIntyre denied. Bunch. .625 rolling clock. Tossed in. Right side looking. Metzger into space. Looking for Gavin was Logan. Headed back in. Goodwin scoops. Slows it down. Max Goodwin says, I'll take my time, I'll settle it down, I'll kill more clock, as Charleroi now has 6 more minutes to fend off the Leopards here in this battle of the Big Cats to start the season. Metzger doubles back on a dime, turns it over to Pendo, but Pendo looks to give it back. Right back to Barkis, knocked down, whistle blows. Now 5.5 on the clock. Charleroi has it deep in Leopard real estate. We will briefly and momentarily stop the clock with an injured Cougar down on the deck, and we will take a break. Maybe, as they will tend to an injured Landon Barkis. Maybe not. Logan Barkis back to his feet. So actually we will keep it here as Barkis going to be helped off the field. And Nate Mazon gonna give him the carry off, not to make light of any injury at all. You never want to see anyone get injured. But I think this is becoming a trend. You have Mike Darnay, Jeremy Salou, and myself at games. That's the second time in as many games that all three of us have been at that we've seen a kid carried off the field. The first one was an offensive lineman, bear carried by the trainer off. Of course, Barkis dealing with a lower body injury again. Hopefully that's nothing too serious for Logan Barkis. But teammates trying to help Barkis off the field. Mazon picked him up and was trying to give him a escort to the sideline, so he didn't have to walk on that ankle or a lower leg, depending what got hit, as they are tending to Barkis on the far side of the field. And hopefully nothing serious to Barkis at all. Charleroi playing a big game of keep away right now. And McIntyre, it's his turn at the juncture. As McIntyre pops one in, cleared back away. Backdoor. And just kept in. No, Moscow unable to. Looks like they're going to ice down the lower leg of Barkis, the injured Cougar. As here's Metzger, it's Gavin on the far side. Metzger trying to make it interesting late, but that one's knocked out of bounds. Throw in, Goodwin says no. I'll take it once again. So Max Goodwin slows it down in the final 4. So Belle Vernon, grade A opportunity here in late. Face guarding Goodwin right in the crease, and Goodwin putting a hand on the chest of Logan Metzger. Metzger just bouncing in front of Goodwin, as Metzger and Goodwin a disagreement, as now Metzger told he has to stop. Driven by Showman, Goodwin the save. Just bouncing and bouncing was Metzger in front. Showman sent one through, but Goodwin once again. Goal kick coming here, final 2. Imagine this one's not getting kicked off to around the 140, 130 mark. You'll see about another 10 seconds elapse off the clock. Maison just taps it to himself and drives it with 140 left. .130 on the clock here. 3-1 Charleroi, putting the final touches on a first night victory. Klinger looking for more, trying to make it emphatic here in the second half. It's trying to work free. That's Luke Henderson. Now drilled back the other way. Metzger, foot race. Maison says no as we've reached under 1 minute remaining here in the contest. Throw in Belle Vernon. 50 on the clock. Not much time left. Again, Southmoreland tomorrow to start section play for Charleroi here at home at Uniontown for the Leps as they will look to regroup and reset as Belle Vernon will fall to 0-1. Charleroi will go to 1-0. Up top it goes. Congelio. Now near side curling. Left side sent through. Driven out by Maison. And that should just about do it. One final throw in for Belle Vernon. 13 seconds as the Leps look to add one more. Cut back. Sawa long range. Goodwin. No. It goes before the buzzer with 3 seconds left. Anthony Sawa. Too little, too late. All that's left to do, one drop, one boot. The Cougars win it 3-2 as the late tally about as late as they come, and too little, too late. Another one-goal affair. We'll come back with your Weiser Painting Company player of the game and a quick recap. Send you on your way here on MVI Live.
Transform your home or business with Pittsburgh's go-to painting experts, Weiser Painting Company. Locally owned and operated, our team is committed to delivering top-tier craftsmanship with integrity, reliability, and professionalism. From the first consultation to the final brushstroke, we ensure a seamless, stress-free experience. Whether you're refreshing your home's interior or protecting your commercial property, you can count on us. Call today for your free quote at 412-559-8515. Weiser Painting Company, lasting quality and superior service.
Back here from the pot, the Cougars 3, the Leopards 2. Max Goodwin, your Weiser Painting Company player of the game. A 9-save performance by Max Goodwin here today. As 9 saves for Goodwin, he is your Weiser Painting Company player of the game for the Charleroi Cougars here in this one. Quick recap will send you on your way as Dylan Klinger, 5:02 into the first, our lone goal of the first period, or first half, as Dylan Klinger, his first of the season, made it 1-0, a lead that would stick into the half until the 5:44 mark of half number 2 when Charleroi got back on the board. It was Otis McIntyre from Dylan Klinger, but Belle Vernon would answer 9:51 into half number 2. It was Pressel from Showman on the cross crease feed. The header would fall, but with 20-12 into the second half, Pendo cleans up the garbage in front, which would go down as the GWG off the Klinger rebound, making it 3-1. And too little, too late, a statistic goal at its finest, as with 3 seconds left, Anthony Sawa would cut the lead to 1, but that would not be enough. 3-2 your final. Your Weiser Painting Company player of the game, Max Goodwin. He goes for 9 saves in the victory. He was fantastic in this ball game for the Charleroi Cougars. A dominating performance by Goodwin. The Cougars now 1-0. They will tomorrow take on South Moreland. Belle Vernon 0-1 tomorrow will take on the Uniontown Red Raiders at Uniontown. We'll be at Sarah Catholic tomorrow. William J. Cleary Court for last year's semifinalist St. Joe's taking on 2 years ago's district champion, the Sarah Catholic Eagles. St. Joe's varsity scheduled to get around 7:15, 7:30 tomorrow after JV. So you can join me for that one tomorrow. But until next time, on behalf of everyone here on MVI Live, Lions Heart Media, I'm Alex Lyons saying thank you for tuning in and joining me for another edition of high school soccer here on Home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live. Charleroi 3, Belle Vernon 2, your final. You saw it all here on your Home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday and week, everybody. This has been a presentation of Lions Heart Media on MVI Live.